Welcome to Racing League Hub Round 10, Silverstone, Great Britain Grand Prix for the F1, or the motley crew that is called the F1 lot. Qualifying coming up as soon as anyone decides to leave the pit, and that's only just started. Looking towards Rafa maybe gaining his next win. His next win of a sequence of 3, I do believe. Is anyone that can catch him? You've got Midnight sitting behind him, 46 points behind. Spaghetti had a good result last in Austria. I do believe he came second on 98. Got Foxy Dude, 95. Verstappen had a good race. Actually, no, I do believe Verstappen got second and Spaghetti got third. So hopefully on the back of those races, back of Austria, they can get another good result. Unfortunately, I'm not here with my partner in crime, Bad Chris. Been arrested. Not a good day for him. So we've got the first car out on the first lap. We've got Gnome on a flying lap, shall we say. We've got others coming out. Looking around, we are looking at mainly hard runners, so putting in bankers. And no Rafa. Oh, didn't know Rafa wasn't racing tonight. That's a bit of a shock. So this is a chance for Midnight, Spaghetti, Foxy, and Verstappen to all make inroads on that massive lead that he's got. Maybe Rafa had too much of, has had enough of being in the lead too much and decided to give you guys an extra race to catch up, make it interesting for the end of the season. Oh, and we've got Midnight just being a bit over enthusiastic, heating up his tyres. Needs to be a bit more careful doing that. Last thing he needs is wing damage, taking away time for him. So I do believe Gnome is going to be the first one to set a hot lap on his hard tyres. I can only assume it's going to be a banker lap, as he's going through slow now. Be a bit of a comparison to see what these guys can do compared to hard to softs on the tyres. I know what this is going to be banker laps for most of them, but be interesting in what the difference will be. As if Gnome's come up to a bit of traffic, hopefully they'll stay out of the way. We've got VRT following close behind him. Is he close enough to get? No. It's interesting to see how they take. Next question is, what's the strategy going to be? Is it going to be hards to softs, mediums to softs, softs to mediums? And are we going to have more than 7 finishes? Historically, last race we only had 7 finishes. We've got 10 racing today. I'm not too sure if there's any more going to be joining, so congratulations lads, you'll guarantee points. As long as you don't crash out and last over a certain amount. Someone's had a bit of spin there. Sem sitting at 1:27.7, which is a fantastic time for medium. A really good time. Times I can only dream of. And Upper Gnome, a very, very good time. 1:28.7. Callis sitting at 1:28.0. We've got Midnight, who's just put a 1:26.8. Very good lap. Shimasi coming close behind with 1:27.2. Foxy Dude not out just yet. You've got Samster coming up now. Callis getting a 1:28.0. Obviously a banker. Samster's coming up. I wonder what he's going to get. Doesn't look incredibly quick. Can I imagine this is going to be in the 1:30 mark. But again, banker lap. Got King David as well. Going through maggots and Beckett's and see how he takes that. Very good exit there. And if he's lucky enough, he might get a toe of someone on the outlap. I do believe that maybe it's Spaghetti. Nope, up Canoe. Right, so it's bad. We've established that one well enough. King David on a 118. Looks quite tight. This could be a very good lap. Maybe a 127. 127.3, and not a bad lap at all. So separating the top three is only half a second, and you're looking at about a second for the other top five. I can't imagine Callis and Okinawa, they're obviously banker laps. And you've got Samson now coming up. Just coming down the hanger straight, about to come into Stone. Good exit there. Oh, it just comes straight in. Not actually paired a posted lap. That's a very strange one. I will stay on board with Foxy. Obviously, this is a good chance for Foxy to try and close the gap on Rafa. As I can only reiterate that Rafa is not racing tonight. For what reason? We do not know. And I think we'll stay on board with Foxy for his lap. See what he can muster. Just to get those medium tyres warmed up. A nice good run up to the start finish straight. Now I don't know if the race is actually going to be wet or dry. If anyone can let me know. If anyone can let me know what's whatever the race is going to be. Fantastic. Just Dr. Brooklands. Very good line. Speed coming out of there. Maggots. It's a reasonable time at the moment. There is a yellow flag somewhere. But we're going to stay on board with Foxy. See how he gets on. On the mediums, I can only imagine he'll be looking for a 127, a high 127. That's what he's going to qualify on. He's on course to do so. Bit of a slide there. Bit of a slide, bit of a little understeer there. Oversteer, shall I say. Coming through as a start finish. Is he going to get the 127? Very good time. 127.5. Very good time by Foxy. Very good time indeed. Whether that's going to be his actual lap or his banker lap, we'll soon find out. We've got Verstappen, second place of Austria from last race. He's just about to start his flying lap. So hopefully, let's see if he can make it interesting. See if he can maintain the pace they had in Austria, and hopefully pick up another good result. Now it's Abby. Very interested to see what gears the top tier go through these corners at. As a mere lowly F4 racer, I'll use the term racer loosely. I'll just turn up. It's very very different to how I would take some of these corners, but I suppose that's why they're in F1 and I'm in F4. There will be a day you will see Mary in F1, maybe to fill a gap. Right, so he's done about that. Just doesn't seem like an outlet. Come on, update. Oh, it's not going to give me his lap time. That's going to be good. Be interesting. Well, it's been a very solid lap by Verstappen. Out to the start finish straight now. Is he going to contest a 1:26.6? Why? Where did Sem set that one? A 1:26.7. I think we found our an amazing time. 1:26.6 or 1:26.7. So well done by Sem. Shame we missed that one. That would have been a lovely lap to see, but take nothing away from Verstappen. Done a very good lap there. So Canone out on the mediums. I think he's trying to get as much practice as he can in. Warm up those tyres. A little Samster. Just coming up again. Not a great lap. Maybe had a few issues. Maybe he pulled out the lap early. We'll stay on board with Samster, see how he gets on. Very tidy sector 1. Now obviously this could give Samson the good boost in his this is his second race for F1. Third race. Can't be 100% sure there. This will certainly boost him up if you can put in a good lap, get a good getaway and have a good race. Can definitely put him up on the top of the mid order. Well, that looks very close to being invalidated, and the fact that he's still putting the hammer down doesn't look like it is. Stowe, going through Stowe now. Very wide, still maintains the speed. Whether the laps are validated or not is going to be another question. It's going to look a very good time. 1:26.6, but unfortunately invalidated. But Samson's definitely one there, can definitely be on the front row. So I think it's a chance for him just to get back to the pits as quickly as he possibly can, strap on a new set of softs, and get back out there and register a time. I don't think he's going to be one to finish in starting 10th from the grid if he's able to produce a 1:26.6. But I can only imagine a lot of these guys will be coming in, and the chaos will ensue in a couple of minutes. And they all come out with their flyers, and that's when we'll get the good lineup. I don't think anyone's actually going out to do a flight. No, they're all coming back into the pits, unless Foxy Dude's going for one attempt here. We'll keep on board with Foxy. Otherwise, it means giving some screen time. Well, by all accounts, breaking through in the Discord, his rapper is actually going to be leaving the Racing Blue Cup. Yeah. It's a shocker. I thought he would have seen out the season, especially with the commanding lead that he's got. You know, at least pick up the title before he goes on to new endeavours. But whatever he wishes to do, we wish him good luck. And if he ever wants to lead the pack again, he's more than welcome to come back. This looks like a very good quick time by Foxy. Can he just get the traction down? He's got the traction down. He's going full pelt. 1:26.5. A great provisional pole lap. That'll be all in that one. Now the chances are he's not going to have enough time, so that's going to be his Foxy's final time. And is 1:26.5 going to be enough? Whereas we have no one really out. We've got Opicanoim, who might be just trying to save ERS here to go for one more lap. Sam's still in the pits with Verstappen on an out lap. Just started his flying lap, so let's see if Verstappen can do better than 1:26.5. Very aggressive. down towards Brooklands. Very tight. Bit of a short shift there. Comes to the famous Cops Corner. Drops down to 7th. Takes a very good line. Very good speed carried through there. We've got Maggots, Beckett's. Maybe not the ideal line there. Again, what do I know? Yorkshire now, he'll bang at a 126.3. Posto. Just needs to hang on. Final 2 turns. 3 turns. Gets the power down. Full of the throttle. And a 126.7. Now the chances are that's going to be in the gun. So he's got provisional 3rd. And there we go. We're just seeing all these guys lining up now. Ready for their flying laps. So what we'll do is we'll just keep an eye. I'm into qualifying finishes. We need to find someone that's actually on a actual hot lap, or the first one to be on a hot lap. It looks like it's going to be King David, so we're going to follow King David. I haven't given him any time recently. Folks, you do staying out of the way. Good sport. Doesn't impede King David's line whatsoever. King David currently sitting 6th. Going on the soft tyre. It looks like everyone's on the soft tyre apart from Optica Gnome. So it does look like it's going to be a soft medium, I would only suggest. Unless there's any instance, and else I imagine it's going to be soft hard. King David coming through, just keeping an eye on these times and see if anyone makes anything. See if there's going to be any surprise poles. I mean, we know Sam's is quick. We know we can do a good 126.6. Sam's already posted a 126.6. So, yeah. There's a bit of traffic. Need to move out the way. Optica Gnome. It's a little bit of toe. And David coming through. This is now qualifying complete, so Optica Gnome will not be pushed another time, so he will be starting, well, around 8th. And David now comes across the line to 127, so he pushes himself up 1 position. We've got Midnight, who is on, hopefully to actually, well, who is actually in effect leading this championship now, if the rumours are true that Raph has left. Shimasi cannot improve on his time, so he starts 7th. And Midnight starts 2nd, got provisional 2nd. Now we're following Sem, got 126.6. Let's just come up to the final. Oh, Sam's still got 126.3, blimey. And Sam's just smashed that one with a, oh, 4 1,000ths of a second. Well, that must have been a tight lap. Well, that is qualifying complete. We'll run through the starting order for the start of the Grand Prix. So we've got Sam starting in pole position with a fantastic 126.3 with 4 1,000ths of a second behind. With Sam still behind. We've got VRT starting in 3rd position. Foxy Dude with a good 4th. Verstappen starting 5th. King David in 6th. Shimasi starting in 7th. Spaghetti and Optica Gnome in 8th and 9th respectively on the medium tyres, and Callis starting from 10th. The good news is, boys, no matter what, as long as you finish, you're going to get points. All you got to do is finish. Keep it clean. Think of your families, they must be watching this. Get some points. Now I've no idea what the race is going to be like, whether it's going to be dry, wet, oh, that's the Discord. Be interesting if it's going to be a dry to wet, wet to dry. Be very interesting. But I can only assume it's going to start dry because a lot of people qualified in the soft. And just been informed it's going to be raining near the end, so that's going to make it interesting. Maybe a good strategy for the ones running on the mediums, instead of going soft into the mediums and then trying to get to the end. Maybe if you can stretch those mediums to when the rain starts, could save yourself a pit stop, because it is a notoriously long pit stop, Silverstone. And there's a good bit of sink in there. As all the drivers, all the players, all the racers are going on their formation lap. It's going to be a very interesting first lap. Oh, we've got two Crumpets and Sims Danger. Sims Danger's coming back. So maybe they came in a bit later on. So, the previous statement, you're all finishing with points. Two of you aren't. So, Crazy Crumpet and Sims Danger coming late to the fold. You see this? Well, I can only imagine they'll be on the mediums, but they're not. They're on the softs. Very interesting. Maybe the rain's coming a bit too late for mediums. And that's good news for Crazy Crumpet, because I do believe this is maybe his second race. First race or second race, I'm not too sure. And Simsy Danger could as well. Simsy Danger's got points in previous races, so this is a good chance for, well, not only for the F1 in the RLH, to have a bit more of a competitive fight for the top spot, the championship, but for others to stake a name for themselves. It's going to be very messy between going through the first, going through the first sections. I think it's going to be very tight all the way up going to Brooklands, and then I do believe that it may just filter out. Simpson's rather ahead, might have to slow down a bit, otherwise his tyres are going to go cold for the start. But as far as I can see, yeah, only Spaghetti and Up Canone on the mediums. And Crazy Crumpet deciding that he fancies cutting the grass before the race starts. It's always a good chance. Don't get you any bonus points here, lad. You earn your pocket money like the rest of us. So now we're just waiting for the 5 red lights. And here we go. Now we're on the way. Oh, Sam's got a good start there. Sam just seemed to get bogged down a little bit. This is a really bad camera angle. As Sam manages to stay in that pole position. And there's an incident behind where Sims Danger has spun out. But then we've got Samster, Foxy Dude attacking on the outside, then in the inside on Samster. Sam just staying ahead of the troubles here. We've got King David making a good pass on Shimasi. Shimasi seems to be running a bit slow as he's got damage. From what I can see, it seems to be taking a rather defensive line, especially from the medium runners. And this is the point where Shimasi cannot really get overtaken. He needs to make sure those soft tyres are well used. And Spaghetti making a very good getaway. We've got Foxy, Verstappen being overtaken by Foxy. And you've got King David running wide. And, well, first lap, no dramas as of yet, apart from Sims's acrobatics on the first turn. Stay in front of the leader. This is a good view. question is, who's going to make the first move? And the medium runner's going to try and put pressure on the soft drivers, soft tyre drivers. It's the only way you can really do it. I mean, Spaghetti getting a very good exit on the final turn. And the problem with Silverstone is it's, in real life, it's notoriously hard to overtake. There's a few overtaking points, but notoriously hard to overtake. I'm hoping that this is not just a recession, and then we're just looking at the final standings now. And Simsy must have got damaged because he's had to come into the pits. Yet he's got a new front nose going on, and he's on the hard tyre, so he's obviously going to make them last to the rain. Gives us some clean air. He's not in any dirty air. As long as he manages those tyres nicely, he should come back into the fold once all these pit stops have, all the front runners have done their pit stops. We've got Midnight on the back of Sam, so Sam's put a blistering time in, along with Sam at 126.3. I mean, they were very, very close to each other. The question is now, is anyone going to be able to, where are the moves going to come? Are they going to come down mainly on the hanger straight? I've just missed something. Alright, and well, Midnight's overtaking Foxy Dude. Unfortunately, I was just checking Discord or something, and I missed the move completely. Always a good start for me. I blame this completely on Bagpris, as he's not here to help me out. It's all his fault. Anything I miss is all his fault. So let's keep an eye on the times. You've got Spaghetti coming on the back end of David, and King David's going to really need to defend. Got a really good position there, King David. Started in 6th, I do believe. Dropped down to 7th, but you've got Spaghetti all over the back of him. Now we're going to be on to the lap with DRS now. Spaghetti goes around the outside, going through Brooklands. Oh, he's got the inside as well, so he makes it stick. Can King David get the switchback? Nope. Spaghetti covers it off really nicely. Now King David should be able to still should have fresh tyres, better tyres than Spaghetti, so he should be able to at least launch a comeback, going through Maggots and Beckett's. What he needs to do is just stay close, keep the speed, don't overcook the tyres, and make a start on the hanger straight. Now is he going to make the move? Coming very close, very close. He's going to go up the inside. King David, oh, he just backs out the last minute there. I think preserving his front wing, maybe. Oh, and King David's gone in. I don't understand if he's got any damage there. But we'll go back up to the front runners now. We've got Samstar closely behind Sam, but not quite yet making a move. Foxy, Midnight, Samstar, and Verstappen all within about 2 seconds of each other. So it's going to be very interesting to see who's going to make the first move, all on soft tyres. And Spaghetti potentially going to be able to catch up with these guys in a few laps. I can only imagine the crossover will be between laps 7 and 8. So will Spaghetti start catching and maybe challenge these guys? Crazy Crumpet's got a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. And King David's our first DNF of the night. I don't know what happened with King David. Maybe you can let me know in Discord, that'd be great. But he's our first DNF, and that promotes him to danger to P11. Samson's incredibly close, going through Aintree, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken. But then he's coming on the attack under Midnight. Midnight's is he going to go on the inside, outside? Going on the outside. That was completely wrong. It was on the hanger straight. Okay, pay attention for you. Now Foxy Dude maybe playing the smart game here. Maybe just sitting back, preserving his tyres. The same with Verstappen as well. Just preserving the tyres, letting these front three battle it out. Well, front three. Bat it out, wear out the tyres and maybe pounce on a mistake. But being F1, I cannot imagine the calibre of these guys will make many mistakes, so it's about maybe making the most of the opportunities. Let's see how we're going to get on here. The problem is DRS just cancels everyone else back there. Going down the Wellington straight, it just DRS is just absolutely no. Oh, West Ham goes a bit wide. Samson really closing up behind now. Going through going through Cops and going through Maggots and Beckett's. So we'll see how it gets done through Cops. Oh, Samson goes a bit wide there. That's going to be a track exemption, and he's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Oh, look, he decided to show up. We've got Bagpuss with us now.
No, just fashionably late.
Oh dear. Well, at this present moment, I don't know what you know, but by the sounds of it, Rafa is handed in his notice for the RLH. He's no longer taking part, so we've got a new leader in Midnight, if the rumours are true. King David's DNF for unknown reasons, and that's pretty much about the long and short of it, really.
I've missed 5 laps. Who qualified in first then?
I do believe it was Sem. Sem got a 1:26.3, followed by Samson with a 1:26.3. There was 4 1,000ths of a second between them. Was it 4 1? Yeah, well, 4 1,000ths of a second. Crazy laps. Crazy laps. And Callis seems like to be the first one to go in for the pits as well. We've got Verstappen with a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. And what a move. Is he going to make it stick? Show me a good camera angle. Samson's going to have to keep close. Going to have to try and get one of the hangers straight at the back there, but then you've got Foxy do just behind. Just behind. That's going to maybe get involved here. Midnight defends on the inside, going through Cops. But then Samson just does a switchback, keeps the racing line, gets better traction out of it, and gets better speed. I'll tell you what, I think Foxy could maybe, if he gets a good exit coming out of here onto the hanger straight, which he doesn't, he just seems to run over the braking points. Got Midnight on the inside, Samson on the outside. Is it going to be a... Nope, he's just going to follow through. And Samson comes into, first of the front runners to come into the pits. It's going to be right at the end of the race as well. So in the last bit of the session, it's going to be a bit of a slippery track, so it should be interesting. What was the next battle?
Let's have the Oppenheim.
I think that's where Sam's just going to the pits. Oppenheim, Foxy dude.
Yeah, I think he's just behind Shamasi still, isn't he?
Yeah, Oppenheim's made really good progress with the medium tyres, and Spaghetti's making really good progress with the mediums as well. Not catching as he should be, because this should be the crossover point from the mediums to the softs, where the softs become, not as effective as the mediums. Just going through Britain's now, going on to the Cots corners. Oppenheim seems to be making good progress on Shamasi. Let's see how Oppenheim's doing. This would be a good advantage point to see how well, going through Maggots and Beckett's now, whether Oppenheim can actually make the move stick before the pits. He's a good exit. He's got the DRS. He's got plenty of ERS. I can only imagine he's going to chuck that into overtake. Or not, saving it. Maybe biding this time. I can only imagine Shamasi maybe coming to the pit. No, he's going to stay up. And Verstappen's in. Along with Foxy dude as well, closely behind, so Spaghetti inherits third. Sam just been running a very tidy race, really. He's just sort of he's become the new Rafa. Nothing spectacular. Kept it clean. Kept it fast. Come on, Midnight. Catch up. And Crazy Crumpet now up to 6th, but still he's one of the last 4 on the soft tyres, so he'll be coming to pit. And the chances are he'll mostly drop down into 10th. Well, bar any spins.
Shamasi just picked up another 3-second time penalty.
I missed that one. This is not a nice job to do on your own. It's
Should have
really
given me directions. I'd have been here sooner.
I've been dying for a plug.
Silverstone's a long way from home.
Oh no, tell me about it. Didn't say my tickets through in time. Well, this could be the procession that I expected. And we only got one racer under the still in the DRS zone. That's Oppenheim going on Shimasi. We'll give it to Shimasi. He's keeping Oppenheim honest, keeping him behind. Question is, has Shimasi really looked after his tyres, or has Oppenheim actually wasted his?
Come on, Shimasi staying up for another lap. The softs are going to be going off. I would imagine he's got to be pushing quite hard to stay in front.
The leaders have come in, so Midnight and Sem. The next question remains: is Spaghetti going to be going? Because they reckon that the rain's going to be in the last 2 clicks of the race, so that's roughly between, say, about 22 onwards. Do you reckon Spaghetti's done the right?
He's going to just try and make mediums last out, so he can just switch.
Yeah, lap 20 straight into the inters. Or do we have a Canada syndrome, where the race doesn't quite settle when no one knows what the right tyre is? Oh, Samson's overtaken Sem out of the pits. Sem, who was leading the race, is now falling behind Samson. So the undercut has worked for Samson. Samson has got ahead of Sem. And Verstappen's close behind. So where Sem did a quiet start of the race, he now needs to pick up the pace and hopefully start battling with Samster. So it was a good tactical move there by Samster, going in for the 2 laps earlier, I do believe, on the soft tyres.
So we expected Callison seems in danger to maybe try and go the rest of the race benefiting. He seems like he might be just going to stay on the hard and try and see the race out.
Simsy came in lap 1. Yeah, Simsy had a lap 1 spin. I think he got a bit of damage there. Callis has been in for a pit as well. Maybe it's a setup. But Simsy I can understand going on hard if it's going to rain for the last few clicks. And I know the hards can go for about 25 laps. Callis, likewise, maybe he's got a set that's quite aggressive on the tyres. And Sem not making up enough time to catch up with Samster.
Well, Samster just got a penalty, I think, this lap.
I've been listening to that as well. Good job you're here. Penalty spotter. Bag pushed penalty.
Just need to open your eyes.
Well, I think it's more of a challenge to do it with my eyes closed.
Yeah, so we've got Samster's got a penalty. Massey got a penalty. Verstappen's got a penalty. Oh, Callis has got a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Samster's got another earlier.
You may want to check your connection to your microphone, mate, because you keep cutting in and out, bud.
Only half of what I'm saying is useful.
Only half? Cool, that's half more than normal, really, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, now Sam's definitely catching up now.
Yeah, no, so Samster is sitting on 6-second penalty by the things.
Right, go. This is going to be the time, Sam. Going through Maggots and Beckett's, you need to make this overtake. Well, you don't need to, but it'd be nice to see an overtake. Go on, open that DRS.
Well, VRT Midnight and Verstappen both with DRS behind them.
So they could get a double toe, but we have someone off. Oh, there we go. Foxy Dude has retired from the session. Now that's obviously...
Oh, VRT Midnight looks like he might look up the inside. Nope. He's back there.
Well, we'll stay on them, but...
A nice little train of 4 going through the start-finish straight there.
Well, we'll stay with those.
Grady Crumpet with another 3-second time penalty.
Well, the thing is, it doesn't matter how many penalties he gets now. As long as he finishes, he's in the points. Foxy Dude and King David are our first 2 retirements out of 12. Let's see if we can get more than 7 that finished in Austria last week. Be quite nice. So no overtakes made on the Wellington Straight. That's the problem though, the Wellington Straight I don't think it's long enough for anyone that's got DRS in a train like this. It's not long enough to make any moves, I don't believe. I think it just cancels each other out. I think on the Hangar Straight is best option, but then again, saying that, Verstappen just looking to the inside of Sem. And this is the problem. Sem's in a bit of a unfortunate situation here. If he goes for the overtake on Samster, and he makes a mistake, Verstappen's going to take him over, and potentially midnight behind as well. So, like I said before, mistakes will be, first one to make a mistake will suffer the most. There you go, but Sem takes it from the inside. Ooh, lovely. Just squeezes Samster a bit wide, but Samster's got the inside going on to the final 3 turns. But Sem makes it stick. Oh well, I'll tell you what. That's for clean racing, guys.
Well, Verstappen's just coming up the inside of Samster.
And there we go.
2 positions in 3 corners. Bit of contact.
Oh, and no, Sem went. Was that Samster went off? Did he get pushed off? Bloody missed it.
Well, he might have got into the dirt a bit, but he's still right behind midnight.
Well, going from 5th down to 8th, so potentially on that is net 4th position. Still impressed with Shimasi and Crumpet. 11 laps on the softs, not coming just yet. Maintain a decent gap. And Spaghetti, who is about, is a good 30 seconds ahead of the lead pack here. So maybe Spaghetti could be a dark horse and actually get the win. You know what it is, he's trying really hard because he wants to have an after race interview with us, doesn't he? He enjoyed it last night, you saw the twinkle in his eye.
That, and you promised him sweets.
Yeah, that as well. And my white band. So, oh, you can't delete it off this, can you? Right, Verstappen. Bit too far away. As I come in, I did have a drink.
I'm surprised Crazy Crumpet stayed out. I mean, he's now going to spend the whole lap defending against Sem, and it seems a bit unnecessary. 12 laps in on his softs. He's not going to make them last, I would have thought, until the rain. So.
But it's maybe not a genius idea. When the rain comes, as long as he switches to intermediates, he can go on another set of softs. Now, yeah, it doesn't really make him very fast now, but to be the best of the rest, going on to another set of softs is not a bad thing. But then Sem's made a really good move on Crazy Crumpet there, overtaking.
In fact, the rain has come already by the looks of things.
Has it started? This is where we need
that, or my TV is picking up some extra graphics that aren't normally designed to be part of the game.
It's those dodgy channels that you keep signing up to.
Oh, they're too wide. Oh,
yeah.
What's happened to Shimasi? Why is he dropping back so much? He must have lost traction. He was right up the inside there, and everyone's just passed him.
Yeah, I think it's Crumpet. I think Crumpet's just causing a bit of trouble here because
it looks like he's got a puncture front left.
Shimasi.
It looks like it.
So he's a little bit wobbly. Yeah, so he's pushed those tyres too far. So Crazy Crumpet has got to come in this lap, otherwise he's risking a puncture. So Shimasi, good tactic, but he's just pushed it a bit too far. And Sem, Verstappen, Samster, and Midnight have all overtaken Crazy Crumpet.
Crazy Crumpet stayed out.
Well, he must have a very good setup. I'll tell you what, the big winner here, Opicanoa and Spaghetti Chips. What a bit of, well, I wouldn't say luck, but a good bit of strategy just to pick the mediums, not be the fastest one, but just inherit first and second, and wait for the rain. And all you can hope for now is in the next, I can only imagine, 16, 17 laps. Crumpet's retired. He must, we're spun off.
You regret not coming into the pit now.
Yeah. And Shimasi's the first.
At least part of his name's correct. Crazy is bang on the money, it would seem.
And certainly a Crumpet. But the question is, Shimasi, first one on the intermediates. As much as I want to see how he gets on. We've got to see. He's coming out on the intermediate. Same with Callis. Is this a bit too early? Is it the right time? Is DRS being stopped? I just don't know. Ooh. Maybe a lap or two a bit early. And it seems dangerous coming for the intermediates. So, DRS is disabled. No, it is intermediate conditions. So this is where it's all going to be. Now, they're all racing different Oh, there you go.
Expect, yep, Spaghetti's
Samps
winning.
is out. Samps is out. He's just spun. He's spun. And he's out of the race.
In.
Just through Maggots and Beckett's, I do believe.
Some pretty new medium types. What's the grip like? It doesn't look like it's very good.
Well, Samster, who was sitting second, as unfortunately, I think just before the thing is either Maggots and Beckett's, Maggots or Beckett's, just lost traction, all sorts of traction, and just crashed out. Now, the question is, Spaghetti, I mean, credit to the bloke. He's in, he's out, he's in first place, he is now net P1. Same with Oppenheim.
He's in and out, that's what he's known for.
We'll say that to him after the race, shall we? Midnight's just come in as well. Now, Sims Danger and Shemasi, Callis and Sims Danger. Now, they were the ones out there. Now, Shemasi's struggling, so obviously not. Maybe hasn't lowered his front wing enough, or increased his front wing to adjust to the conditions. But the question is the race going to last to the end of the race? The rain going to last to the end of the race, not the race going to last to the end of the race.
I'm going to say the race should last till the end of the race. I think that's pretty iron on.
No, you never know. Could get another 8 DNFs. Samson's left the session. He'd be bitterly disappointed. But he's got no one to blame apart from himself. But then saying that,
no, so I think we'll just focus on the top 8 now. I think that's where the action's going to be.
Yeah, to be quite honest, I don't think anything below top 8. You know, we just. It's like that uncle.
Just kidding themselves. They're just kidding themselves. No screen time for them.
Yeah, it's like the uncle that comes round at the weekend that you don't really want to see. Now Verstappen keeping Sem on his toes. I'll tell you what, Verstappen has done. Goldie's hoping that Oppenheim stays in second. Don't change the positions.
Well, I think Spaghetti's keeping him at arm's length though, so that's good.
Well, we know Spaghetti. Yeah, Spaghetti's very consistent. So is Verstappen. He showed that in Austria in our, in our debut commentary team. That cried for the first 5 minutes that you weren't here, Steve. So that's all you could hear on the stream was me crying.
I did have it playing actually. I had it playing on my way to home to come and take part.
Well, I'm so glad you could be here in spirit. Ooh, Verstappen just going a little bit wide there. Is he going to get a time? But no, he slowed down enough. So he lost about two free tenths on that the first section. Just going through Abbey, and he's staying within slipstream, maybe. But I have a sneaky suspicion that this is going to be the order that it finishes in. Maybe Verstappen third, Sem third, fourth, and maybe VRT could be a late challenger. He's in a little bit of clean air. I wouldn't say he's in masses of clean air, just in the clean air section. Maybe wait for a mistake from Verstappen or Sem and capitalise on that. And Sem's just keeping it clean, just staying ahead, keeping to the racing line. And this is where wet racing is just all about consistency. All about consistency, nothing else.
I mean, the consistency, yes, but I mean, Oppenheim will probably be hoping for a little bit more action before the end of the race. His highlights reel for Austria, I think, was titled something like Lonely Race, and it's not really going to get people clicking away, is it? So I hope that he gets some action towards Spaghetti.
You know what this will be? This will be a last to first challenge. I don't like that camera angle.
I mean, it's catching Spaghetti. I mean,
not by masses.
Seconds a lap, but
no,
it's second across the last lap or two, isn't it?
9 laps left. So if he averages, say, what, 7 tenths a lap, so he's got to get down to 5.7 by the end of this lap. Verstappen just sitting in the tail end of the toe from Sem. Not really making any headway. But this is like I was saying to you earlier, you know, in the dry, it's hard to overtake. In the wet, I can only imagine it's near on impossible to overtake. Cleanly, anyway. And to be quite
Just
honest...
hoping for someone's rear end to try and overtake their front, aren't you, really, if you're following them?
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry for something. You know, got to feel sorry for Samster. He was second on the grid.
3-second time penalty for Callis there.
Well, it's going to drop him down somewhere. 7th or 8th. He's 20 seconds behind Shimasi. With Sims in danger, 6 seconds behind him. So there's a chance that Callis could get a good 8th position in. Now Midnight starting to play catch up to Verstappen. Slowly but surely. But these are the inroads that you need to make. It doesn't have to be masses. Just enough to put the pressure on. Let him know you're there. Give him a little love tap on the gearbox, you know. And Lopakano must have heard us because he's certainly trying to catch up. And Spaghetti running a little bit wide there. Going down the Wellington straight. Go on, Lopakano. You need that last to first title for your YouTube channel, don't you? What they call it? Clickbait.
We must say at this time that other YouTube channels are available.
Yeah. Don't know which ones though.
Probably none that you can mention live on air either.
I don't know. I better not. Well, Opakano, 3 seconds. It's all over and done with. You might as well retire now, Opakano.
Flying it wide open now,
Just,
isn't it? I mean,
it's unbelievable.
Just the 12 seconds ahead of Sem.
I know. It's
too many of those.
It's just a lacklustre performance. It's unbelievable. All we wanted was clean racing. But I'll tell you what,
he really got up to Verstappen through that Magotsuki section there.
Now, can he get him? Can he get even closer on the hanger straight? That's the question. Just going for a stow now. It certainly is closing up. So maybe Midnight's found his way, found a good way to drive around this track, which is better than Verstappen's.
Yeah, at this rate, maybe by the end of this lap, he'd be blowing in kisses in the wing mirrors there.
Exactly. This is working out for Sem because Sem is now just breaking enough away from Verstappen for. Oh, Verstappen's gone wide again. Go for it, Abby. He's gone wide again. Now, surely that's got to be a penalty. But then again, he has lost a bit of time now. All Midnight needs to do is just get a good exit here. Verstappen on defence. Bit of wheel spin there from Midnight. Now is Midnight going to be brave? Or is he going to wait to the hanger straight? Is he just going to follow him in the dirty air through Maggots and Beckett's, which can be quite dangerous? Go for Cops, Maggots and Beckett's. It's dangerous. And all this is doing is helping Sem just cement that third place. Very tight. We'll go on board with Midnight, see how he's going to get on. Now he's put the ERS up. But again, just not making enough on the straights. But then Verstappen's going a little bit wide there. I think Verstappen's starting to panic a little bit here. He's just been a bit scrappy for those last few corners. The last 2 times we've seen Verstappen come through Abbey, he's gone off wide, so he's mostly just going to be a bit more tentative. A little bit of a slide there, I saw, from the back end. And again, just taking that a bit wide. Now if Midnight gets a good exit, gets good traction, I think Verstappen could be in trouble. But no, Midnight, just that little bit of a twitch there, a bit too much power. But again, it's just going to be going through Maggots, going through Cops, Maggots and Beckett's. The dirty air of Verstappen. Well, Verstappen goes a little bit wide then. Ooh. And this is why I'm in F4. I'd have gone for that gap.
And taken the car with you.
Exactly. Oh, that's from the borderlines of track extending there. Oh, that's
Spaghetti's lost it. He's gone wide. Managed to recover quite well though.
Well, I think Midnight's about to overtake Verstappen. Verstappen goes staying on the racing line. Midnight going up on the inside. He's got the inside going into Stowe. I think
Verstappen's going to try and back at him. Think better of it.
There's better places to go through. To go for the overtake, but he's staying on the back end of him. Now the question is, can Midnight maybe break away from Verstappen and chase down Sem? I mean, Simsy Danger's catching up to Callis as well. Both down the hanger straight. I know Callis has got that 3-second penalty, but I'm not too sure about Simsy Danger. But Callis has gone wide going through Stowe. And Simsy Danger's making about 3 or 4 attempts a lap on him. So that's, if not more. And Midnight is catching in the first sector. It's actually caught up to Sem by about nearly 4 attempts. So Midnight has obviously got the pace. Let's see how Spaghetti's getting on. Have a nice, happy race.
Well, this is the corner that he went wide in the last lap and he lost the back end.
Ooh, it's a bit,
again.
Yeah, nice little bit of a slide there. Midnight is almost
obviously had the optional handbrake fitted.
Yeah. The drift button that was activated. Now I think Simsy is going to maybe be going for a pass from Callis soon. They're going up to going through Cops at the moment. And then going through Maggots and Beckett, so I reckon on a hanger straight he could actually get him. He's made up again a heck of a lot of time. Go on, Simsy. Let's see if the curse of the commentator does exist. Oh, Verstappen's got 3. But then again, we don't know what Midnight's got, we don't know what Sem's got.
I could find out. I'm not going to. No,
there's 4 laps left. There's no point. It might add to the excitement. I don't know. People watching at home don't know.
Yep, all sorts of people have got penalties, I can confirm.
That's brilliant. Love it. I love when everyone gets a penalty. Well, I reckon this lap of Simsy will definitely be making go through, going into 7th place. Poor old Shamasi, just sitting there out on his own. You know, went out for a nice drive. It was nice and sunny. Had his shorts on. Now it's raining. Didn't bring an umbrella.
Left the hard top home.
Yep. And he's left the roof down on his convertible as well. So yeah, it's always going to be good. Right, Simsy Danger very close. Oh, is it going up?
Left plenty of room left there.
Yeah, that's very well taken through Brooklands and left field, I do believe. If I'm wrong, get over it.
Well, the Canoam's actually making pretty decent ground on Spaghetti. I think he's going to run out of race to do so, but...
And maybe had too many penalties as well. Because I know he's definitely got a 3-second penalty. But the thing is, Verstappen, Midnight is catching on Sem as well for the final podium. Which will be very interesting. It's going to be a very tight end to the lap. You've got Midnight, you've got Verstappen, who's just dropped off a little bit. Maybe he's struggling with the wet conditions. Just going through Aintree now, going on to the Wellington straight. Midnight having a bit of a slide there. I'm just wondering, has Spaghetti actually won a race this year in this season? He's had one win this season. I don't think there's a happier man in that group than Spaghetti when Rafa said he wasn't racing anymore. I think he's coming to F4 Steve.
Yeah.
He only gets points if he laps us though.
That's suit the men from the boys.
Yeah. The only way
Fit some bumpers. Oh, Spaghetti going pale happy a bit through that last corner again.
Shimati
At the time penalty.
it doesn't really matter. He's 19 seconds ahead of Simsy and 17 seconds behind Verstappen. So, you know, let's say that's a blip in the ocean, shall we say?
He's shaking about all over the road. I think he's trying to dodge the raindrops.
It's always a good tactic. He could have gone straight on the
It
socks.
is coming down quite heavy now, so
It could
maybe
be a
a
transition from intermediates to wet, but it doesn't seem wet enough to be for wet tyres. You would see a lot more of a struggle.
I think it's about time Jeff's going to come on the radio now suggesting that we change to mediums, so I would expect a flurry of pit stops to come.
This is the thing, we all know Jeff's useless. He thinks he's big and brave, he thinks he's big and hard, he thinks he knows it all, but he knows nothing.
And what's the chances? All of them are called Jeff. Everyone's engineer.
That son of a... What is that? It's like 8... Is it octuplets? Yeah.
Oh, Spaghetti's just managed to catch that one. He's off the track a little bit there.
I'm sticking with the fight. Well, I say the fight. The following of Sem from Midnight. Midnight's got 2 laps. He's got 2 laps to try and do something here, and he's got to do something. Verstappen another 3-second penalty, so I think that cements that Verstappen will not be finishing in the top 3, not finishing in the podium places. I think that cements him in the 5th position. But again, not a bad race.
Oh, Callis is now falling back into Samster's range.
Yep, well, no, it's dangerous. We could switch to that, but I think we'll stick with Midnight at the moment. Can only imagine Callis is going to be sitting there watching it later and going, I'm nowhere near Samster. But out of fairness, the 8 drivers still racing, you know, changeable conditions, and they were going quick in qualifying as well. I think they've all done bloody well. Just wondering if Midnight's got the tyres, got the fuel. I suppose it's got the fuel and the tyres, the fuel and the ERS, because you don't really want to use too much ERS going around these corners. Up at Canoan. Oh, what's been that 3-second gap now? Spaghetti's got 6 seconds worth of penalties. Could be very interesting. Alright. Let's see if Midnight can get any closer to him going through Cops, Maggots and Beckett's. It's very close. 2 tenths. He's going to be sitting in dirty air going through this section. It's not the most comfortable positions to be, especially not in the wet either. But he seems to be managing it very well. Will he try? Seems to have a bit of a slide. Let's go through Beckett's there. So close. Sam going a little bit wide going out of the Stoke corner. But I think that was more just...
He enters his final lap.
Good lad. Well, I think we'll owe it to Spaghetti to follow in on his final lap. Let's follow it from his perspective. So it's going around the loop. Just keep it on the road, Spaghetti. That's all you got to do. Preferably going around the corners as well. Just going down the Wellington, just on the Wellington straight. Going through Brooklands and is it Luffield? Luffield. If it isn't, it is now. It's Luffield.
Yeah, we just christened that corner
Yeah, Luffield. I'm pretty sure it's Luffield.
Spaghetti Bend.
Yeah, Spaghetti Corner.
In fact, this bit should be called Spaghetti, I think.
Ooh,
Bit of correction.
it would have been Spaghetti's
Just trying to
Corner.
keep it interesting.
Yeah. Oh, I see Midnight so close. But we're sticking with Spaghetti on his final lap. Hopefully his race winning lap. No, look, he's getting all cocky now, look. Thinks he's won it. You watch him pick up a penalty now. Go on. But I'll tell you what, I'll give it to Spaghetti as he comes through the final 3 turns here. He started on the medium tyres, he took a punt. He made those medium tyres work. He came at the right time for the intermediates. He's managed to lead. Congratulations to Spaghetti for potentially winning. Well, he's won the race.
OP1 Kenobi in second.
And then Sem closely behind in, well, not closely, in third. Midnight following, who's in fourth. So, well, there we go. There's our finishing line up there. So, congratulations to Spaghetti for his second win of the race. Second win of the race, second win of the season. And Opikanoim's first podium. Sem, this is going to be, well, this is his third podium of the season. We've got Midnight, who's just missing out on the podium places, but he's got a good fourth place. Verstappen 5th, Shimasi 6th, 7th, Simsy, and Callis just coming through the final few corners now. Give it to all the drivers that have raced today. They've done, from the changeable conditions, they've done really well. Don't lose it there. Well done.
Yeah, and the top two both making up 7 places to finish first and second.
No, they've done really well. Absolutely amazing. You know, like I said, they started on the medium tyres, which when it was going from dry to wet, I think that was the most sensible thing to do. And as we know, the weather is always predictable. Spaghetti doesn't look like that. He's shorter.
And rounder.
Yeah. And bluer, not his colour.
Should be called meatballs and chips.
Yeah. Oh. Always good to see the connection with online servers. That's always going to be a bonus. Now, what's the odds that Spaghetti's already on Discord saying I've won? Let's see if they want interviews, shall we? Most Spaghetti will. So just going running through the order. Spaghetti comes first. I'll tell you what, that's not bad. Opikano with only 1 set of penalties. Well done to him. 7 third. It's obviously provisional before any stewards' inquiries, but to be quite honest, from what I saw tonight, I don't really think there's going to be any. I think this is going to be how it's going to be final. Midnight just missing out on a podium in 4th place. Verstappen, who thought getting a hat-trick of penalties would be a good idea. Shimasi with 2 set of penalties, but finishing 6th, done really well. Up and gained lower place. What driver always finished 5th? What driver was that? I can't remember what his name was.
That was Midnight, wasn't it?
Was it Midnight? I think Midnight.
So I think he's broken that now.
He's broken it now. Yeah, he's now 4th. Unbelievable. Seems that finished in 7th, but made up from 12th to 7th. It's not a bad, not a bad session. And Callis, who was 10th, finished in 8th place. So very well done. Yeah, unlucky. Shimasi, Shimasi makes a very good point actually. Very unlucky with his puncture. He was coming in that lap, wasn't he? So let's see if we can invite. Spaghetti. See if he wants to come on and have a bit of a celebrate his win. Just got to accept send. There's got to be a better way of doing this. Can't be nice to watch. So let's invite. Congratulations, Spaggy. Hello, second week in a row that you come to speak to us. Congratulations, mate. It was very good. Was good tactics. Very good tactics. Especially when it was going from dry to wet. Was that your intention?
Intention. Probably not. Luck, 100%. In quali, you could see that near the end of the race it was going to be heavy rain. So I was like, when I was doing my soft lap at the end,
Yeah.
why not just not do my soft lap? And it kind of worked for me in the way that I just didn't need to push in that wet stint, as I was kind of jumping a pit stop in a way. I almost did a illegal pit stop, like, because they wanted to make 2 and I just had to make the 1. Same with Opic.
No, I mean,
I just thought, yeah.
well, you and Opic and Owen, you know, done very well, very well. I mean, when I saw that it was raining at the end, this is after, you know, breakfast was 25 hours late. You know, I thought that was a very good strategy. Knowing the rain was coming, stretch your soft mediums out, and then just jump on the inters. That was, and to be quite honest, I think it'd be better than bar a few slip ups and maybe losing the steering a bit. You raced very cleanly, got to the end, and won.
Yeah, have you invited Opic, by the way?
I've invited Sem.
Oh, just
Yeah, I've invited him. He's in the party now. And congratulations to Sem. 3rd place, not too shabby. How'd you find it?
Yeah, I didn't know it when it started to rain in lap 16, I think, yeah. Yeah, I thought the last few laps started to rain, but...
Well, you drove very well, and, you know, despite you thinking that the rain was coming later on in the race, I think you recovered quite well, because you were leading. And then Samson managed to overtake you, which Samson then spun out and crashed in and gave up. But the rain seemed to have hampered your race, really.
Yeah, I was gaining on Opic the last stint, second lap, but
unfortunately,
just
when
so you know, you haven't. Sorry, very quickly, you haven't invited Opic.
Have I not invited Opic? No. Where is he?
I didn't suggest players.
Let me have a look. Let me get Opic and Owen in here. There we go. He's now invited.
Sorry, sir. Please continue.
Sure.
yeah, I
Let's
was
try and take
gaining on Opic second lap, but the gap was too big.
Yeah, it's one of those things that happens, though, isn't it? I mean, the good thing about the F1 this year is that, you know, it says it's going to be raining the last 2 clicks, but it could be the first 2 laps that it comes out. So, I mean, either way, still a very good race. You know, you held up the challengers from Midnight, who was close behind you in the last few laps. You had a very good race with Samster at the beginning. Overall, you know, a fantastic qualifying session as well. A 1:26.3. You know, that was 1:26.6. Was absolutely incredible, you know. So I think the 3rd place, walking away from a 3rd place with interchangeable conditions, I'd take that every day of the week. I'm sure you'll be happy. You know, that's going to boost you straight up into maybe the top, well, now Rafa's left, top 3, top 4.
Yeah.
All good? I know who's there. Calm down, Spaghetti. Opic can know him. What's going to be the title of your YouTube video this week then?
Opic. Oh, does he not have a... Where's your mic, Opic?
Oh, what's he done?
Opic, where's your mic? Opic.
I'll tell you what, Sam, you just pretend you're Opic.
No.
You need a Portuguese accent. Oh, here we go.
Oh, there we go. You can tell that amazing. Opic, congratulations. There we go. It's working now. So, were you
Hello, guys.
Well done. Congratulations on your 2nd place.
Thank you very much.
You're not going to get your YouTube clip last to first, are you, this week?
No, it's probably going to be something like, can I do it in a cold rainy afternoon?
Well, you had a really good strategy, the same as Spaghetti, starting on the mediums, which, well, it was inspired, really. I think paved the way for you to get definitely 2nd, maybe even 1st if you could have put the foot down a bit more. How did you find it?
Yeah, I mean, the strategy was pretty simple, you know, like, I was looking at the rain coming towards the end of the race, so I thought either going on the hards or the mediums, and the rest would be done. And I was really surprised that most people were on softs, to be honest. Having to do one stop before the rain just didn't seem viable at all. Yeah.
No, I'm completely with you. And like I was saying before, the weather in this game I find is completely false. You know, it tells you it's going to come near the end of the race, but actually it'll come in the first section of the race. But no, that was a inspired idea just to go on the mediums, and I think that's what pole vaulted you up into the top 2 positions during Spaghetti. So saying that,
when it comes down to just overall pace, I don't really feel like I can do it, on just straight on pace. So I always have to try a different strategy and hopefully get into the top positions. So that's what I always try to do. So.
Oh, that's good. That's always good. And now Rafa's left. Just get a voice in your opinions. Rafa, the championship leader's now left the racing league. Who's your favourite? Are you three going to be the ones trying to climb to the top now to win this championship?
Is this me?
Oh, it's all of you. All of you.
Oh. I'll pick.
Well, there's like the group of 5 people ahead on the top 5 positions now, and I can't really call a favorite right now, but I mean Spag is probably right up there for the title, I think.
Well, it's a very good win. That Spag is going to definitely be, I do believe he's going to be top of the leaderboard as well. Oh. So you are now the officially, well, not officially, I won't say that because otherwise Goldie'd have my... So yeah, until it's official, you are effectively the championship leader. So how does that feel?
Oh my god.
Congrats.
Let me call me family, man.
Consistency is key.
The only reason you race so well is because you want to have a chat with me and Bagpuss. That's all it is. Don't deny
Yeah,
it.
it is. Sem, anything?
Sem, are you gonna...
I hope for epic battle, top 5.
Top 5? Come on, you're in the top 5. You're only...
No, the top 5 in championship.
Well, with Rafa leaving, you are in the top 5. And I do believe that with your result, you will be just behind Foxy Dude, if my maths is correct. So you'll be 5th in the standings, and I think a couple of points behind Foxy Dude. So it's, I think between the top 3, it's going to be all within 20 points. So it's going to be a very interesting second half of the season. But apart from that, well, I suppose. Well, I'm going to end the stream here, but I'm going to say congratulations to our winner, Spaghetti Chips. Well done, lad. Very good race.
Thank you very much.
Well done to Opcanome for his first podium of the season. And congratulations to Sem again for another consistent podium. And I look forward to seeing you 3 guys next week on the podiums again. I'll be disappointed if I don't see you here.
We'll see.
Anyway, guys, congratulations, and this is Mary and Bagpuss signing off from RLH.